you already own the greatest putting aid ever invented. And it's not something you buy, download, or even strap to your club. It's your brain. Imagine that I laid a 2x4 out on the ground and said, I'll give you $100 if you can walk 10 steps down that 2x4. You wouldn't even think about it. You'd jump on it, walk down it, take my $100 and go away. But what if I raised it 60 feet up in the air and there's no handrails? Now you'd start thinking, oh, which foot do I move first? How do I stand to keep my balance? How fast should I go? You start overthinking it and you have problems. And we do the same thing when we're standing over pressure putts. Today I'll show you how to turn off that noise inside your head and sink more putts with less effort using 8 mental tricks that improve your speed control, your accuracy, and your confidence on the green. I'm going to go through these 8 mental tricks very quickly, but you'll want to pay careful attention to number 5 because it's one that you see the pros do every time you watch them putt on TV, but I'll guarantee you the vast majority of you have never noticed what that is. And number 8 is the key that ties it all together, so you want to be sure and stick around for that. Let's get to it. Number 1, stop whining. You can always find something to whine about or complain about. That takes no skill. Good golf is as much attitude as it is skill. For instance, I could complain this morning that it's 108 degrees today in Las Vegas and I've got to be out here at 5:30 a.m. to record so that my cameras won't overheat. And when you come out here that early in the morning, they're doing things like watering the practice green. And then the sun is at angles, whether it's either directly in your face or your face is... I could come up with something to complain about all of the time. The fact is, I can't control any of those things. So only fret, stress, or think about the things you can control. And what I can control is I'm happy to be out here, to be able to do this, to have a life where I get to go to the golf course and play and to have the health to be able to do that. So I'm not going to complain. Oh, these greens have just been verticut, or these greens have just been punched and sanded, or they're too fast, or they're too slow, or oh, they're bumpy, or what. Stop whining and complaining. It ruins your attitude, ruins your game, costs you strokes not only on the green, but everywhere on the course. So make a decision. I'm only going to think about the things I can control and not worry about anything else. Everybody else has the same conditions, and conditions are what they are. I'm here to play my best golf that I can today in these conditions and have a fun time. Attitude is everything. Number 2 is change your language, change your stroke. For purposes of this video, I'll give you one example, and that is take the word need out of your vocabulary. Replace it with the word want. Instead of I need to make this putt, it's I want to make this putt. You see, when you start thinking, oh, I need to do this, I need to make this putt, I need not to leave this one short, I need to make this shot, you create tension and stress in your brain. And your brain starts thinking, oh, this is important, and it puts on pressure, and that causes your putting stroke to be hesitant or tense, or you get overamped and you bang it 6-8 feet past the hole. Take that need out of your vocabulary and replace it with want. And when you're doing that, either visualize or verbalize exactly what you want to do. And I say visualize or verbalize because some people are a lot more artistic and they can see it in their mind's eye, and some people are less artistic and they need to verbalize it. Either way is all right, but look at the putt and pick your target line and decide, okay, so I want to roll this ball straight up this line, and it's going to curve like that, and I want to see it go in the hole at 4 o'clock if the hole were a clock face, or at 5:15 or 6 o'clock or 3 o'clock or whatever. But I want to do this and I want to hit it that firm. You want that, and you see that in your mind's eye, visualize it, or you say it to yourself quietly but out loud, verbalize it, and then you do it. But you replace the word need with want. Number 3 is have strong body language. There's studies that prove and document the way you move, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself affects how you perform, not only in golf, but in every sport. You know, if you walk around out on the green moping around like this and shaking your head and your hands on your hips all the time, you're going to be miserable. You're going to have negative thoughts in your head, and you're not going to putt as well as in you stride on the green and you go, I've got my process. I'm going to read the green, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make a good putt, and the ball's going to go into the hole. You'd be amazed at how much simply standing up straight and tall and moving with confidence and purpose will improve your attitude and your golf game. Try it. Mental hack number 4 is to have a consistent putting routine. I talk about that a lot on my courses. I talk about that a lot in the channel. But having a putting routine takes up all of the space in your brain so that you don't have room or time to think about negative thoughts. And so I have a routine for reading the green. I have a routine for picking a target line. I have a routine for setting up over the putt and stroking the putt. And I don't have time for those thoughts to creep in and get me stressed or tensed about, oh, this is for birdie. Oh, this is a par save. Oh, I really need to make this, or I really even want to make this, which would be a better choice, obviously, as we just talked about. But having a consistent routine focuses your mind on the task at hand, and that's huge. And I said earlier in this video, and I'll talk about it again here now, that routine needs to become such a part of you because you've done it so much in practice and in preparation that out on the course you don't even think about it. Your mind just locks into it, and every putt is one stroke. None are more important than the other. There's no stress, there's no mental fatigue or pressure. There's no such thing as a pressure putt because this is just another putt, and I have a routine that I go through for every putt. That'll save you some strokes. And let me add something for you, a post-shot routine. What I do on every putt is I set up to the putt, I pick my target line, I go through my routine for setup, I go through my routine for stroking the putt, and then I hold that finish, and this is my post-putt routine. I ask myself 2 questions. Did that ball roll up my intended target line? Yeah, I think I hit it on the line I wanted. Okay, that's good. Did I hit it at the right speed? Yes, I hit it at exactly the speed that I wanted. Okay, that's a good putt. Now, if the answer to either of those questions is no, my post-putt routine, while I'm holding that finish and asking those 2 questions, if my answer is no, then I immediately reset and make the stroke that I should have made, that I wanted to make. And what that post-putt routine does for me is it gets me out of the, oh man, I didn't do this, you dummy, John, you stink. But stops all of that and simply asks, did I make a good putt? Yeah, okay, great. Did I not make a good putt? No, I didn't. Well, let's correct that right here, right now. There's no anger, there's no whining, complaining, getting frustrated at yourself. I've got a routine that keeps me mentally locked in, and I walk off of this green. The last putt that I made was a good putt, even if it was that imaginary reset. And then I go to the next tee, and that's out of my mind. And you'd be amazed at how much that helps you when you get onto the course and things don't always go perfectly. But have a routine that fills up your time and your space, and have a post-putt routine that clears your mind so you can go on and make the next one and play well the rest of the round. Number 5 is something that you see every time you watch golf on TV, but you don't even realize it, and that's this. You start watching, and you're going to notice that the best putters on the tour After they've made their green read, they've got their target line, they step up to the putt and they put their putter down on that target line, only one hand, their trail hand. And then they get set up and ready to putt. Then the lead hand comes on the putter. The reason that they do that is because, number one, it helps you with aiming and alignment. Number two, it's a confidence thing. Once they get here, they know their eye position, their feet, their line, all of their setup is right. They put the lead hand on the putter to make the stroke. That's a signal to them that they're ready. Then they take their last look, back to the ball, and pull the trigger. Try that. I see so many people who walk in like this and they'll make a practice stroke or step up here. Two hands on the putter all the time. Try the one-hand trick. It's a simple little mental signal that makes you a better putter. And if you watch all of the best putters on the tour do that very thing. Number 6, practice stroke. If you take a practice stroke, and again, I don't care if you take your practice stroke from behind the ball, or if you take it from beside the ball, or if you don't take one at all, take it with a purpose. And that purpose is to get the feel for the stroke you're going to make. So you need to do that, and this is the tip. Take your practice stroke while looking at the hole. I'm looking at the hole. It's all about feel here. Again, looking at the hole when you take your practice stroke. This helps you with speed and distance control, and this one will really come together for you in a minute when we get to tip number 8. Number 7 is the Ben Crenshaw principle, and it's all about mental and emotional stillness. Here's what Ben Crenshaw said. I practice my putting stroke and my routine so much that I don't have to think about it, and I approach putting with a blank mind. All I do is focus on the target and roll the ball. But with a blank mind, you take all the emotional, all the stress, all of the thought process out of it, and just step up with a blank mind and make the stroke that you practice. Now Ben's emphasizing there that yeah, he's practiced his routine and his stroke so much that it's second nature. The mechanics, the techniques, the things that I talk about all the time on this channel, they matter. But there's also a mental aspect for it. And that mental aspect is get all of that minutia out of the way, focus on the target with a blank mind, and roll your putt. It'll make a huge difference for you. All right, now let's get to number 8. This is the one that ties it all together. It's the best tip. If you only remember one of these and take away one of these, make this be the one. It's probably the best mental putting tip ever, and maybe the best golf putting tip overall ever, and most golfers ignore it, and that's a target focus. By that, I mean you make your green read, and you pick a target, you go through your routine, set up to the putt, and you start thinking only about the target. You focus on that target and nothing else. Don't let any other thought creep into your mind. You'll be amazed at how your brain gets calm and quiet and rolls the ball at that target. When you're out on the course and you set up over a putt, you start thinking about the target. If you have any other thought in your mind, stop, back up, and then reset. I've been doing this for years. I've never really put this on YouTube in this way, but it makes a huge difference. In fact, last week I was playing with a group of friends and I did this. Some other thoughts came in my mind. I pulled back, went to set up again on the putt. One of my buddies goes, "Ah, that's good." I'm going like, "What do you mean? It's almost 15-foot putt. It's a longer putt." And he's like, "No, I've been playing with you for years and I've only seen you do that half a dozen times. And every time you back up out of your setup and go back over the ball, you make the putt. That's good." Well, he has a point, but focusing on the target is that important. And this focusing on the target really makes it easy to communicate to your brain how to control speed and distance. Like I mentioned earlier, take your practice stroke while looking at the hole. Here's an example. I've got a putt here about 75 feet. I've done my green read, I've picked a target, and I'm thinking about rolling the ball over that target. I've got a feel for the speed, and I just roll the putt. And that doesn't go in, but it goes about a foot past and 6 or 8 inches left of the hole. That's really good for 75 feet. I'll take it all day, every day. And when you pick a target, make it a very, very tiny target. The smaller the target, the better. On short putts, 3 to 5 feet, I've often have a target that's a single grain of sand or a single blade of grass on the green or in the edge of the cup. Tiny, tiny target. Focus completely on that and nothing else. Stroke the ball and it'll go in the hole more often than it won't. If you want to go deeper with not only the mental skills, but the physical techniques to putt better and hold more putts, I've got a course called How to Putt the Right Way that is a tremendous help for that. There's a link to it in the video description along with a nice discount for you. And if you got an aha moment or something in this video that you think will help you putt better or have a better time on the golf course or enjoy the game better, then you know what to do with that. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Check out this video on the screen now. And until next time, here's to you making more putts.